Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I would like to share with you all an unboxing. An unboxing knife is going to be the Dolphin by Monocolor Knives. Let's get into it. So, I have a lot of modifications planned for this Monocolor knife. Oh, okay, this is from Olitans. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so this is one of the companies I was expecting something from. This was sent to me, being completely transparent with you guys. This knife, this object here was sent to me completely for free for the purpose of reviewing. This is one of the more budget-oriented ones, but the reason why I was so interested in working with this company, I reached out to them and I said, hey, I love what you guys are doing. Is there anything that I could review on your guys' behalf? I'm offering my channel as a platform. While it is small, it is of the best quality that I can give. As long as I'm able to speak the truth and be harsh about it, as long as it meets the standards of the channel, it'll be something that will be given, obviously, a positive and good review, and then given away. Giveaways go to Patreon members. I will have that linked down below if you're curious in signing up as a Patreon member. But anything that I get from brands and other companies and stuff like that, that is going to be set for a giveaway. Again, it's for Patreon members, so lucky them, right? I wouldn't be where I'm at without the people that support me like that. So it means a lot, and this is just a way for me to give back. So nice little pouch. This is very different than the previous experience I had from Olitans. Again, this is from their more budget-oriented line. You do get a very high-quality microfiber cloth. I'm not going to bother opening it up, but it is on the larger side. All right, very heavy-duty nylon pouch. This thing's sturdy. Jeez. Okay, so you do have one little pouch right here and then a little bungee here. So I mean, you could use this as whatever you need it for. I think that's pretty cool. Definitely go ahead and check these guys out. I don't have Facebook, but I know that they are active, or at least trying to become more active within the community, social media wise, which I think is super awesome. I have been in contact with this company for a little bit of time. And they do have an Instagram, so please go check them out on Instagram. They show off any new things. They also do have a YouTube channel, but because there is a language barrier, there's not really any sort of talking or things that go on. They just kind of show off like new projects or prototyping stuff that they got going on. And then a couple little one-off projects that they do as well, which is pretty cool. But I've been pushing their marketing manager or whoever in their marketing team that's been in contact with me. I've definitely been pushing them to try to be a little bit more personable. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay, right off the bat, super simple. This is actually something that I wanted to buy a long time ago when I first saw a premium version of it. This is in Black Wash 14C28N. And nice green micarta scales. I haven't had green micarta in a long time. Who was it? I think it was G-Ball. G-Ball Vision made a comment on one of his videos. He was showing off, it might have even been about this knife. He was talking and saying that he feels like the OEM for this company is actually Vosteed, but then who's doing Vosteed stuff? I don't know. So that's where it gets kind of confusing, because a lot of Olitans stuff to him, to G-Ball Vision, feels like it's whoever is making Vosteed stuff, which is a compliment, absolutely a compliment, because Vosteed does really sweet budget and premium stuff as well. Oh man, it has a really nice snap to it. And if you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm a very picky individual when it comes to the tension of Omega springs. This is not floppy. This gets, I hope it stays this good. I hope they don't loosen up on me or get floppy on me, but this thing has a snap to it that I just really enjoy. It looks like there's only one positioning for the Omega springs, which kind of a bold move to do, you know, because we have so many other companies in the same territory that are doing multiple different I guess, tension settings for Omega Spring actuated, knives. But they got it right. They did just the one tension setting, and I give this thing, a real easy pass. Ergonomics, very simple, straightforward. It's as good in hand as it looks. There's nothing that's really poking or prodding me or any sort of weird way. Nice little bent steel pocket clip, a little bit of rise, a little scoop right there. I do very much appreciate that while they do look to be like T6 body screws. We'll check that in a second, and we'll take the weight as well. We'll do the typical stuff, check out the factory edge. I don't have the highest hopes, but I think I have reasonable expectations for what this thing should be able to accomplish, at least the cleanliness of the edge. But going back to the pocket clip real quick, I do enjoy that it is inset into the scales. There is a filler tab for the other side, so this is 110% ambidextrous. Can we just be thankful for that? Yeah, I think that's really, really awesome that they're doing that, because there are so many other companies within this territory that still don't care about lefties, and I definitely do advocate for lefties, because hey, that they're a part of the market too, right? Centering on this, it is a little bit of wiggle to it. I'm not super thrilled about that. As it sits, it looks like it's actually favoring the clip side here, so maybe that's something that could be fixed up after a little bit of use. Side to side plate, you know what, there is actually some movement there, so that could actually be fixed up real easily. Hopefully straightening out that pivot could help align everything. A little stubby driver here, should be T8 for the pivot. Yep, T8 for the pivot. For the body screws, no, that's a miss right there. There's no real reason, honestly, to have T6s anymore on a lot of things, but hey, they're there, and you know what, I'll give it a pass because the tooling actually feels substantial and deep. I'm able to loosen up all of them. They are not drowned in Loctite. I'm literally going through all the screws right now just to feel them, how smooth they are. You know what, yeah, this is good. This is really good. I'm very happy to report that this unit isn't drowned in Loctite like some companies like to do. I don't know why. It's a thing. I know it annoys some people out there. It definitely annoys me. I think everybody should have the capability to easily take apart their unit, clean it out, and do basic maintenance so that it lasts as long as it possibly can. This stuff isn't cheap. Even when you're talking about a budget knife like this is still something that floats around 50, 55 bucks. I can offer you a little discount. I do have a link and an actual affiliate code, JTT10, obviously for 10% off whatever on their site. One thing I'm noticing here too is that instead of completely open and with standoffs, you do have a backspacer that measures a good bit of the length of the whole back. That's really nice. I like that quite a bit. I can't actually touch that live edge. That's cool. Let's check out the tip. I can't pick that out. My nails are very short, but I definitely show you guys right there. That tip is buried very, very well into the actual, the scales here, the handle itself. Even still, after tightening up that pivot, I'm not getting any side to side, but it's still favoring over here. So you know what? It could just be that things aren't perfectly, absolutely aligned, and maybe even a warped blade. That's a possibility. When you come to having thinner knives, thinly ground knives with the stock as is, that's a possibility. I'm not ruling that out. I have no real way of testing that, but I do want to be completely transparent and say that this isn't perfectly centered, and there are many things that I've experienced within this range that do come perfectly centered. So that's just something to show off there. Let's talk about the pivot here. I do like that isn't just a laser engraved pivot. That is actually deep milled. We can start getting to some of the stats. Shouldn't take too much of your time. 3.2 ounces. I think that is plenty reasonable for the size of knife. Let's take a measurement of the actual cutting edge. About 3.125 of available cutting edge. Now let's look at that edge. Check out how they did that plunge grind and the sharpening trawl. I'm gonna give these guys 2 thumbs up. This is actually really, really nice. So I can point this out real quick. It's a little difficult to see because it is a black coated blade. They do have other finishes as well, but it ends like right about there. Let's do a couple little size comparisons. This isn't a large knife. I would consider this to be a full-size knife, a full-size compact, if that makes any kind of sense. Let's do some things that kind of are in the same ballpark. We could start off with this right here, the Civivi Vision FG. And well, would you look at that? They are damn near the same tip to tail. If anything, the Vision FG has like an eighth on it. That's about it. Another wonderful comparison knife right here, the CMB Made Knives Predator, and it is again also about the same. What else? Do this little dude right here, Pyrite Light by CGRB. This thing's beat to hell, but I love using it. Pyrite Light's actually a smidge under the King Penguin here by olitans. And just to show off, just cause this was my first and only other knife and experience from olitans, and it blew me away, and it was the reason why I got this. If this is your first time seeing this is the olitans T052. I think it's a 52. I don't think they've actually given it an official name yet, but the studs look a little bit weird because this is actually acting as a wave deployment feature. It works so freaking sick. You can unscrew that little T6 right there, lay them flat, and they'll act like just like regular studs. So I'll leave a link down for this so you can check it out. It may be a little confusing, but on the pictures that are listed on Olitan's site, they don't show that this is a crossbar locking knife. So please remember you are buying a crossbar locking knife, but some of their edited photos show that the lock isn't actually there, which makes people think that it might be like an inset liner lock or a frame lock or something. But no, this model only comes in a crossbar locking knife, and it is just incredible. I love the action so much on this, the build quality, the fit and finish for what this was. I want to support them. But yeah, this beast of a knife right here, it's a wonderful piece. Definitely a large full-size knife right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it. That's probably it for full size. No, one more. Sorry. This right here, Migron Knives Talzum L. Ah, man, I want to make this a new size comparison size knife so bad, but I have so many things that are damn near the same, and I don't really have anything that's worth kicking out to replace this with. But this is a wonderful full-size budget knife. Again, Migron Talzum L. This is actually a little bit lengthier, not by much. When you look at the available cutting edge, it is damn near the same. It's just a different blade shape. That's all it is. With this, you get, a liner lock, right? And this is obviously crossbar lock. So factory edge. All right, I got a little piece of paper just to check out the cleanliness of the factory edge, and that's really all this test does. This test does not prove anything else but just the actual finish from the factory. And I mean, it looks nice, right? Pretty simple. When I lay it back, the edge bevel is going to be a lot broader. Let's just see how this thing feels, how clean it is. Ooh, that's really loud, actually. That's definitely a higher grit, or excuse me, a lower grit. Yeah, a lot of aggression. Definitely a lot of bite. Not too refined. Ooh, what is going on? Yeah. Okay, you saw that. So towards, yes, that is sweat because we are back into the 3-digit days. Not fun. But just a second there, you saw that it actually snagged somewhere down here. I don't feel or can see, you know what? I feel something right about here. And I think that's kind of where it snagged. As I run my nail on it, I can feel like a little bit of like little bumpies. Just like little like microchips basically. It's a little disappointing, right? But I'm very confident in my ability to sharpen knives like this. I mean, this is a 14C28N, so it's not going to be difficult to sharpen by any means. Out of the box, I would definitely like it to be a little bit more refined, absolutely. But I can't say that this is going to be a difficult unit to sharpen and to work with. So nice little jimping there on the spine. It's not completely useless. It has a little bit of bite to it, even if there's some coating on it. Blade steel there. Besides that, the blade is pretty sterile. Looking at the finish on the blade, it is like cracked black ice. It looks pretty nice. I approve of that. Little decorative swedging just to get through materials a little bit better. And that is it. I mean, there's not much more to say. Inset steel liners with some weight relieving. It's just there's a lot of good that they got on this thing, and I can understand now why that this is one of the most prolific models, definitely. So the King Penguin, what was the number sequence on it? It was G062. So then that means that the other one was the G052. I think that's the sequence of how these guys go. But yeah, this is actually a pretty sweet little knife right here. I mean, to some people it would be little, to some people this is like full size. I have large to extra large size hands, but I do have slimmer fingers, so I don't really run into any like restraint issues. But this is good. This is good. I think I'm gonna have a good time carrying this thing, definitely. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed already, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming you guys this way. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.